What we have here is what's left of my old Farberware stick blender. This came with a bunch of accessories. It came with a wall mount, which I really, really liked, and I had it on the wall next to the stove. You can actually see how yellowed it's become over the years, but where it sit in the stand on the wall, or the holder on the wall, it's white there because the sun never hit it. So quite interesting, because the window is on that side and it's a little less yellow on this side. Basically what happened was we really don't use this thing very much at all. It never really worked that great as it was. Picked this up at maybe like a National Wholesale Liquidators. They went out of business but now have reopened 3 stores at least at this point in time. It's dirty, it's old, it's crappy. Here's the information there. And the motor still works. It has a low and a high, which is marked 1 and 2. That's the shaft there. And I guess that's the original color of the plastic as well. Basically what happened was the stick blender part of it has a rubber thing at the bottom where the blade goes through, and the rubber had rotted out over the years, and that was really the end of it. There was nothing I could do to save it. I actually looked on eBay and I found the same one with its accessories, but I said, you know what, that one is probably just as old as this one, and that being the case, it's probably on its way out or not going to work for very long. So it came with that, and it also came with a food chopper, like a food processor kind of thing, but I have 3-4 of those, so I certainly don't need that. So I'm left with the motor. I don't know what I could do with this. I'll run it on low. Typical universal motor. Kind of has a nice sound to it, and here's high. You can see the buttons, like you have to really mash in. See that? And it still doesn't turn on, and then more and more until it finally goes. So I don't know what to do with that, but fortunately China came to the rescue, and they had sent me a SUNAVO branded stick blender. So let me stick a minute or so of that video in here, or maybe a few seconds depending, and you can see that. Don't let the 200 watts fool you. This is extraordinarily powerful for what it needs to be. I have it on the very lowest setting right now. I just have some water in the container that it came with, and I just want to show you the turbulence that it creates. That's on the lowest speed. We'll go up to maybe a medium setting here. And the suction force that it creates going all the way down is really something. And now I'll show you high speed. But then the problem was the mount on the wall. That SUNAVO one did not come with that mount, and I wanted it on the wall. So here's the SUNAVO one in the old mount. The reason I want it here is because it's plugged into an extension cord, so this cord is real long. It'll come up, the extension cord will not fit through there, so you have the whole length of the actual black cord on this to go into a pot if you're making a soup or something like that. But because this was a lot more slender than the other one, it didn't fit. So China to the rescue once again. Let me pull it out, and you can see these black pads. Those were from a video I did on one of those car cup holder mounts, which I'll stick a few seconds in here so you can see what they actually look like. And even after expanding, if it's still not big enough, they give you these foam pads right here that you can stick on with the 3M adhesive. You can put 2 of them on each of the things there that come out. And you'll notice it's sort of off-center in that I have an extra pad, or rather an extra 2 pads in there. So 5 in total. The thing came with 6 if I recall. And that fit. I couldn't put the 6th one in there because that made it too skinny and the thing wouldn't fit. But now it goes in and it fits right in perfectly. And it's back on the wall. And not for nothing, this thing did a fine job just like the old one. You have a speed control on it here. The wall is, you know, making it a lot louder than it was. And then you can turn it up, and then on high. But if I turn it down there, if you're on low, and you don't want to change your speed, you could hit the other button, and it goes at full power. But anyway, I'm glad just to have one back on the wall again. If this thing came with the holder, it would have been so much easier. But it does work, and for how much we ever use the old one, I don't know, 12 times over the years, really not very often at all. So this thing probably won't be used much either, and will probably suffer the same fate as the old Farberware one. So anyway, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.